Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Small Ball Podcast. Before we start this week's podcast, what we're doing is a live Mevo drawing. So we raffled off a Mevo camera or streaming kit, and I'll show it to you here in a second. Let me get it up here. And let me switch over to the table display. So we have the Mevo camera. It is lightly used, but it's not used that much, and I still have the original box. The USB battery pack is new. I purchased it for the camera. This is a heat shield that you put around the Mevo to help keep the sun off of it. It seems to work really well. Keeps the temperature cool. And then this is the adjustable arm. It's from Newer. Here's where you attach the camera. And then this comes with a magnetic fence clip. These are actually something that I've been making to help save some money from when I purchase these or need them for myself. But I'm going to start making these. So if you want one, reach out to me. I can get you one. But this comes with the camera with a raffle. So this is your package that you're going to get here. Now, the next thing I want to do is show you everyone who bought entries. So if your name is up there, thank you for purchasing entries. It's greatly appreciated. I didn't want it to be too big, so I wanted a max of 25, and we ended up getting 19, I believe. So thanks again for that. And, this money, of course, is going to go towards the network. And, I'm excited to get into this episode or this podcast episode because it shows us, the new features and things that I want to buy for next season. So there's a lot of new things that are fun and exciting, especially for me since I'm an IT guy. So looking forward to that. So let's get into the drawing. So the sheet that I showed you here, what I did was I cut each of these names into a little square, and I put each of those names into eggs. So I have 19 eggs in this bucket here. So I'm going to bring that up, and then I will move you to the table display. And what I'm going to do is the initial or the single one that I draw is going to be the winner. So they're all in here, and I'm going to grab this one. So this will be the egg that we're going to pull. And let me pull the name. And it is Mark Fitzgerald. So Mark, coach from Central Valley and also from Steel City Athletics. You got yourself the Mevo. So congratulations. And again, thanks for supporting the network. And now I bring to you the next podcast, which is the 2024 season review and 2025 sneak peek. Enjoy. Welcome, everyone, to the Small Ball Podcast. I'm Bill Littler. And congratulations to whoever won the Mevo camera. That raffle was live right before the show started. So, congratulations to whoever that was, and thanks everyone for supporting the network. This episode is going to be a review of the 2024 season, and then a kind of a sneak peek into the 2025 season. So there's going to be some things I'm going to show you from the 2024 season, some explanations on things, just kind of behind the scenes on this network and how we're running things. So we also have a top 15 list of my favorite plays. So, and then of course it's exciting for 2025 to come along. We're only a few months away from it, as hard as it is to believe, but we'll talk a little bit about the new features that I'm looking to do or add or implement into the network. So some exciting things, and I hope everyone enjoys it. Okay, Okay, so this review show, though, I just kind of want to show everyone how I'm doing things and how we are handling all the finances and everything. So the first thing I want to talk about is the finances of the network. And what I'm doing is I'm tracking everything through a fiscal year. So the October 1st is what I consider our first day of the year, and then September 30th of the following year will be the year that we have. And these are just the stats that I have from the previous fiscal year. So the advertisement cost, you can see it's kind of low. It's only $15.89, and I didn't do much on the advertising or marketing. So I'm going to try to do more of that to get the name out even more than what it already is. I do notice that when I go to games and stream, not a lot of people know about the network. So I'm going to start looking at ways to increase our recognition and try to get more people to follow us and grow the network. Fundraisers are low this year because the last fundraiser that I had was the NFL Survivor Pool. I donated that to the Bagaki family. And then the other fundraiser that I had last year, it didn't fall within this fiscal year. So it was before October that we actually, or that I deposited in. So it didn't kind of make this cut. That's why that looks rather low. And then go over to the shop. The shop is what I do as far as printing the bag tags, the water bottles. There's plaques that I can make. There's a lot of things that I can make. I'm not really pushing that as much right now, and I do hope to increase that as well, just to show everyone what we can do for you, and the proceeds all benefit the network. So these are just things that we like to do to help increase the revenue. And then the revenue itself is Facebook revenue, which we'll get into. Donations. We had a lot of donations to the network, which is really appreciated. And then of course eBay. So what I'm doing now is, if you see my eBay store, I'm selling a lot of the things that I had, like old baseball cards and things like that, old antique stuff. Just trying to sell a lot of that stuff just to help bring in some more revenue to the network, so I can increase and purchase more of the hardware, which we'll get into in the 2025 season preview. A lot of exciting stuff, by the way. And then, of course, the network expenses is everything from from broadband charges, for hardware, just whatever the case may be, that's directly related to the network. So the most important number on this thing here is this number here, the total. So the total amount of money that I spent personally on this network was almost $300, which isn't a big deal. But I do want to make this network big enough where it's paying for itself. And then anything extra, I do want to someday have a scholarship. So, even if it's just, $300 or, whatever the case may be, I'm not looking to get $1,000, and I'm definitely not looking to get rich off of this. But that is something that I'm shooting for, kind of a long-term goal of mine, to make sure I can have something like that set up. But first, we got to at least start breaking zero on this. And to do that, I'll get into one way of helping me is through Facebook. Talking about the finances, we are monetized on Facebook. We're not yet monetized on YouTube, and we'll get into that next. But for Facebook, it's actually very easy to make money off of Facebook. So you can see that our amount that's coming in is relatively small, which is expected because we don't have a lot of interaction on our Facebook site. So for those of you who are on Facebook, if you interact with those posts that I make, whether they're celebrating new head coaches in the area, college commitments, just motivational stuff, anything like that, all you got to do is like it. At the very least, just like it, and that'll help generate revenue for the network. Right now, we might get, there's some posts that I have that have 0 likes, and of course, none of that's going to do anything. Some of the more popular ones are like the college commitments, the head coaches that were announced on the page. Those got a lot of responses, whether they're just likes or shares, comments, whatever. All that interaction generates revenue, and that's the revenue that you see here on this page. So, please, if you're on Facebook and you see one of our posts, just like it. That's all you gotta do is just like it. and just that alone will help bring in revenue for the network. And you can see here that, there's quite a few people that are interacting with the pages or with the posts, and that's what happens. It actually brings income into the network, or revenue into the network. Now, speaking of Facebook, these are our top fans, and these people here are most of the reason why we have any revenue coming in from the Facebook monetization. So first off, I want to thank everyone who's on this list, because you guys kind of help me bring in revenue, maybe not even knowing how important you are. And it's either because you really like this stuff, or you're on Facebook too much. It's one or the other. Maybe it's both. Who knows? But I do want to shout out to Jamie. She's our level 1 top fan. That just means that she was the most interactive one. And these levels are actually broken down in their analysts. So these aren't things that I came up with. These were things that were generated by Facebook. So, and of course, level 2, level 3, level 4, you have a lot of different names on there. So, and again, I appreciate everyone's support who's on this list. And if you're on Facebook, and, try to get on this list, help me out, help me out and help me raise some money. Now, of course, the followers on Facebook and also Instagram, they're like sister companies, if you didn't know that already. But we have almost 900 followers on Facebook. So if half of you, or even a quarter of you, would interact with every post that we have on Facebook, then the revenue would be 4 or 5 times what it is now. So that's definitely something that I want to get to. Now, last fiscal year, we gained 329 Facebook followers, which is nice. And if we can do that again for this year, that'll take us into the 12 to 1300 range, which will be significant, because all of that is extra people and more engagement on the Facebook page. So those are the types of things we need to shoot for, as a network, or as a revenue generating Facebook connections. That's what we want. And then, of course, Instagram, I use it mostly to contact the seniors for their interviews. So it doesn't seem like many high school kids are on Facebook. There's a few, but not many. Most of them are on Instagram. So that's kind of what I use that for. So I post the same stuff I do on Facebook, I post it on Instagram, but I don't really push Instagram as much as I do Facebook, just because there's more of a audience on Facebook that's interested in this stuff. So now let's get into YouTube. YouTube can potentially, there's a lot of revenue that is sitting there waiting for us on YouTube. So the first thing we needed to achieve was 1,000 subscribers, which we have at now. So we have over 1,100 subscribers as we do this. So we're growing, and I'm going to try to push it really hard this winter to get even more subscribers. The more subscribers you get, the more people that watch. The more people that watch gives you more watch hours, and that's the key to getting monetized with YouTube. So as you can see here, these are the amount of new subscribers we got this fiscal year. So we added 430. So we did really well with growing our network on YouTube, but we need to do a little bit better with the watch hours. Now this is a chart of the watch hours, and the key to get monetized on YouTube with watch hours is to reach 4,000 watch hours within a 365-day period. So you can see here, most of our activity for live streaming, that's the purple line, is around in the summer, obviously, between April and through July and August. Of course, this is where you get the most interaction or the most watches, which is understandable, and it's like that everywhere. Baseball, softball just kind of dies off after August, and it doesn't really pick up again until March or so. But that's why I want to do the podcast, because I'm hoping those podcasts can generate even more watch hours, and we can start seeing more activity in these months here. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what I'm hoping to do, and then hopefully that gets us to 3,000 watch hours and possibly closer to 4,000 watch hours as we continue growing and expanding. So that's the point. That's the goal. So right now we're averaging around 2,300 watch hours. And like I said, we need to get to 3,000, and that unlocks some monetization options. And then 4,000 is the big one. That's when you start monetizing off of like commercials and things like that. So those are the things that we're shooting to get for, just to help bring in revenue for the network and help continue making this a free for everybody. So now to this point, so that's pretty much the review of last year. The only thing that I want to do now is I want everyone to watch. These are my 15 most favorite plays that I streamed this year. And this is a mix from varsity to junior. I think there's some junior high in there. There's our youth league, Beaver County Fast Pitch League. There's all-star games. There's travel games, just all mixed together. I picked out the 15 of my most favorite plays. So enjoy them, and we'll be right back.
It's your boy, baby. I'ma let the world know. Yeah. It's that softball. That's that softball feel-good music right here, man. Roll my boat. What? Come on. Yeah. Look at my cleats. Look at my hair. Picture throwing hard, baby girl, I don't care. Coach on third gave me the bus sign. I'ma hit a bomb, guess what? I be fine. Umpire blind, can't see the corner, but I still hit it like Steph from the corner. Don't really matter, pockets getting fatter. Hit a home run, next ball, next batter. What you gonna do? Me and my crew, we beat softballs to the yellow turn blue. What you gonna do when they come for you? Team full of animals, welcome to the zoo. Stealing all bases, all different places. Play the game hard while we keep pretty faces. 15 after 3, 10 after 5. In the dugout with my guns getting live. As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my bat, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat. As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my bat, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat. Girl, tell me why the strike zone feels so big. Maybe cause the ump's small like a guinea pig. Watch me jig, cause I look good. Call me softball girl in my hood. Always taking selfies, cause I look healthy. If you don't wanna help, I'ma help me. Grind till I'm paid means grind till I'm wealthy. If you don't wanna help, I'ma help me. Screaming like, ooh, cause I'm like that. We down 2 runs, I'ma fight back. Whole face covered in eye black. Mom do the laundry, she don't like that. The world use Zoom, I'ma Skype that. I'm built different and I'm like that. I'm built different and I'm like that. I'm built different. As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my bat, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat. As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my bat, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat. If she throw it down the middle, guess what? I'ma bust it wide open, bust it wide open, bust it wide open. If she got a drop ball, I'ma bust it wide open, bust it wide open, bust it wide open. If she throw it outside, I'ma bust it wide open, bust it wide open, bust it wide open. She can throw a pitch out, I'ma bust it wide open, bust it wide open, bust it wide open.
As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my bat, watch me roll my boat, roll my boat. Roll my boat. As I'm walking to the plate, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my back, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat.
As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my back, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat. As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my back, watch me roll my boat. Roll my boat, roll my boat.
It's a big out. The late steal home. Julie safe. Shook it off. There's a hit. Knocked down by the third baseman. What a play.
We're back, and now this next part is a preview of what's to come in 2025. And it's exciting because there's a lot of new features and technologies out there that I'm going to try to take advantage of. the first thing, which is the most important, and I have the funding for it actually right now, I am going to purchase a Starlink Mini for the network. And what this does is a couple things. One, if you don't know, you go to these different facilities and they're all different. One facility works great with Verizon, the other one doesn't, and you have to use T-Mobile. And then there's another one like Independence is really good with T-Mobile. The Monaca Anaheim Park, that one wants AT&T. And then Verizon works mostly everywhere else. Maybe some questionable places like in Conway, that seems to do better with AT&T as well. And then you go out to Blackhawk Community Fields, there's nothing there. It's a black hole. So hopefully with this Starlink Mini, it'll give me the option to connect anywhere I'm at without any hassle. Or what's better is I don't have to pay for 3 different providers, which can be very expensive whenever that happens. So I don't buy a service. I buy like a pay-as-you-go type of thing for T-Mobile and AT&T. I did that last year, and it was expensive. You know, it's $50 for a month or maybe more. You know, and I did that for T-Mobile, for AT&T, and then also I have my personal Verizon hotspot that I was using. So all of those costs kind of add up. With this Starlink Mini, that gives me just one cost and it covers everything. So hopefully it actually is going to benefit the network from a performance standpoint, and also being able to connect anywhere I go with just one device without having to worry about carrying 3 or 4 different things around to connect. So I'm excited about this. The geek side of me really is excited just to play with a new toy. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with Black Friday. I don't know if they're going to have any type of sales or specials or anything like that. So, but I am going to have this before the season starts next year. So it's pretty exciting. Now, the next thing that I'm looking to get is it's called the YOLO Box Ultra. Now, I have the YOLO Box Pro right now. It's what I use. It's kind of like the heartbeat of the whole streaming process that I use. And I'm going to have next week's show is going to be all about the YOLO Box. So I'll get to show everyone what we do and how we do it behind the scenes. But what's exciting about the YOLO Box is that there's a lot of new features coming out with their Ultra. So the Ultra is out now. It is quite expensive. I need to do what I can to raise money, bring money into the network to help cover these extra expenses. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link with you. And if you can donate to the network, if you can donate using this QR code, that would be great. And I know there's a lot of people that watch us and really enjoy what I'm doing. So if you can just donate $5, $10, whatever it is, it'll help put money towards this YOLO Box Ultra. And once I show you the features of it and what we're going to do differently, it's really exciting. And I'm excited to see about getting one for next season. So the first thing I want to talk about is the one thing that's most visible for everybody, and that's the scoreboard. They have a new scoreboard overlay that's specific for baseball, which we can use for softball, of course. And what I was using before wasn't really for baseball. Now, YOLO Box is like a foreign type of thing. So it's like their big thing is soccer and things like that. So you have different things with the YOLO Box Pro that's more geared towards European sports, not so much American sports. So that's why you really didn't have a lot of the baseball stuff. Now, there was ways that you can use the baseball, but it's not specific for baseball. So it was kind of tricky, I guess, to keep it updated because you had to do things differently. This is specific for baseball. And, of course, we can use it for softball. But as you can see, you'll have runners on bases. You'll have the number of outs, the inning, whether it's the top or bottom, and then the score, and then different features on the titles and stuff. I didn't have this before. So bringing this option in, I think, is going to be really nice, especially for me because it's going to be a lot easier because it's specifically made for baseball. But I'm excited. I'm like incredibly excited for this just because the scoreboard was one of the biggest pain points that I had to deal with to try to keep it updated. So this is awesome. Another thing that you guys are directly impacted by is the audio. So when I have my headsets on with my microphone, with the YOLO Box Pro, which is what I had last year, I had very limited abilities to mix the audio. So it just was pretty much is what it is. And depending on what you have, the quality wasn't the best. So I was using a cheap, inexpensive headsets that I don't feel gave it the justice of what it should have been. So I did upgrade my headphones, and the ones that I got now I was actually really proud of this. They're like a $300 headset that I got for $50 off of MacBids. So I'm really excited to see how this works. And also with the updated mixer, it's even going to give me more options to help improve the audio and how it sounds. So this will be a big improvement from what I currently use with the Yellowbox Pro that I have. Now we're going to get into some features that you guys really won't be impacted much by watching the live streams, but I'll have 3, maybe 4 cameras set up. And when I did insert replays, it only did the replay based off of the view that I currently had on the screen. This ISO recording, you can set the recording to happen on each of the individual cameras. So you're always capturing plays, whether or not you see them on the stream or not. So a lot of times when I go back to the streams, there was a really good play that maybe I didn't switch over fast enough, or maybe I missed at some point. But with this ISO recording, I can go back to those cameras and pull that data or that video clip, so we can make the highlight videos of plays even if I miss them on the stream. This another piece of this is also this is more techie, and you guys don't really understand, or maybe some of you do if you're interested in this stuff. But with the Yellowbox Ultra, you have the codec that allows you to use this what's called H.265 HEVC, and what that is it's more of a compressed video. So as you can see in the middle on this image, you can see how significantly smaller these files are, which is going to help multiple things. One, your drive space isn't going to be nearly as much when you're saving these files. Also the bandwidth you use. So right now when you're pushing 9,000, I think that's megabits, but when you're pushing that much, up to a gig through the games, sometimes it can use a gig and a half. You're pushing that through the broadband, and that's clocking up on your bandwidth usage for each month. So if you're limited to only so many gigs a month, when you're using the full size, it can really fill up quickly. With this HEVC, it cuts that in half, even maybe some cases less than half. So you'll save a lot of bandwidth, and that's really beneficial. And you're not losing any quality of the video as well. Which being able to push smaller file sizes will open up the door to stream in 4K. And it's really not a big deal to 4K. And most people probably watch these games on their phones, which is fine. But for those of you who do watch it on TV, that there is, with this new Yellowbox Ultra, there is the potential to stream in 4K, which will make the watching just absolutely impeccable. Like you won't believe how clear it would be on the stream itself. Now, I don't know if I'll get there this year because I got to replace all my cameras. All my cameras, they're maxed out at 1080p, which is HD quality, but it's not 4K quality. So I would have to replace all those cameras to allow me to stream in 4K. But like I said, this is one of my goals. I want to stream games in 4K. So I may not do it in 2025, but I'm shooting for it in 2026. So like I said, it's just exciting to have that technology at your fingertips and potentially do something like that and bring it to the community better than what's anyone else is doing. And that's my goal, is I want to keep the quality as better than what others are showing or others are doing. I kind of want to just kind of lead the pack and make sure that I'm setting the tempo or setting the pace with these other streaming activities that others are doing. All right, so that was pretty much the show. So it shouldn't be too long of a show. Hopefully you guys stuck through and watched it all. I am going to go out. I'm going to show a lot of the senior interviews that I have already completed and ready, and I still got another 6 or 7 or so to do to get them ready for after the new year. But we have our schedule. It's full until January 5th. And, you know, I interviewed, I think 6 or 7 girls already. So, you know, it's going to be exciting podcast. And next week is going to be a podcast about YOLO box. And then we're going to get into the interviews after that. So it's exciting. I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it. And again, thanks for watching and you know, spread the word. Tell your friends about this. Tell your relatives about this. Try to get as many people to follow us and subscribe to us as we can. It really helps us out in the end. Yeah, thanks for watching and see you at the fields.
As you walk into the play, hit the 1-2 step. Slide to the right, slide to the left. Grab my bat, watch me roll.